It's 8 authors out of Google, I think, and that opened up AI. Satoshi in 2008, 2009 with the solution to the distributed double spend problem, where you could effectively port conservation laws from the physical world into the digital world, giving us digital gold. But just as a beginning, these ideas that have such high leverage are making us powerful beyond any previous world, with no attendant increase in our wisdom, in our ability to use and wield these things. And right now you're seeing the face where we're unveiling, what does drone warfare look like in FPV? What is
FPV?
First person, where you're looking through the lens of the drone as it slams into a personnel carrier. Maybe you've seen this on Telegram, where you're just watching individuals being menaced by mechanical flying birds equipped to kill them. So we didn't know what drone warfare looked like. This is the beginning of drone warfare. We didn't know what hypersonic missiles look like when they slam into a population center. I was just in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, and I was in shelters because the Houthis and some of the Palestinian Arabs in Gaza were letting off missiles, but not like this. Persians really, and by the way, they're choosing, I think, to not inflict maximal damage. I don't think that they could have gotten the body count a lot higher if they'd wanted to. They're trying to speak the language of violence in a very measured fashion.
So is this a particularly tense moment, or is it just the bias that I have because I've not been through these things before? Is there something different?
I can't even believe the question. You're looking at the end, man. This is the beginning. This is a slow rollout of a completely different world. We've all been in a completely artificially stagnant bubble for decades. My entire life up until now has been in a bubble. The only people who've seen real life are extremely old.
Who are those people that have seen real life?
Well, I would say people who went through the Depression, World War II. In China, people who went through Mao's Great Leap Forward. But most of us have no idea of what like a real pandemic, like a Spanish flu or Black Plague is like. We don't know what Poland went through, where they lost, 20, 25% of their population to war. Look at the statistics on the Battle of Stalingrad. We don't really understand. We've just, our whole life has been in a bubble.
You said I'm looking at the end.
Yeah. Remember all the talk about the singularity? Like Ray Kurzweil, we're heading to the singularity. What is the singularity going to be like? You're in it. This is now. You're looking at the disintegration of NATO. You're looking at people who don't know how to maintain the systems that were engineered by their great-grandparents after World War II. That order that, you're from the UK. If you think about how the UK woke up to the idea that they had built into their heads that we are the masters of the world. So you saw the beginning of the end of this concept of the British Empire. That moment is coming for the US. And it may be that it's coming for Israel, or it may be that it's coming for Iran. See, in 1967, the Israelis felt invincible in the Six-Day War. And then in 1973, they had the Yom Kippur War. And all the people that they were priding themselves as having beaten, these ferocious enemies that were arrayed against them, woke up on Yom Kippur in 1973 and bloodied the Israelis, and they surprised them.